Hello, welcome to my class on how to make tulip cupcake liners. They are such gorgeous cupcake liners. They look just like the tulip, like these, and your cupcakes end up looking so beautiful. Okay, you can make them at home. They're very inexpensive to make, but very expensive to buy. You can make them with parchment paper, which we're using here. You can use brown paper at home, that brown paper that you use sometimes to line your pan or wrap your children's textbooks. You can use brown paper. Your cupcakes and your muffins look gorgeous in them. You can use craft paper. You can, different colors of craft paper to make your cupcakes or muffins look even more beautiful. So there's so many options you can use. So I'm just going to introduce all we're going to use here. Now we have a ruler. You should have a ruler, a pencil, and a pair of scissors, parchment paper, brown paper, or craft paper, whichever paper you're going to use for your cupcake, and of course your cupcake or muffin pan, and a glass of any type. A cup could be a measuring cup that can fit into any of these. Okay, it could be any type of cup or small cup, or that can fit into your pan. So that's all we need to carry out this exercise and cut off a lot of unnecessary costs that you would have spent to make your muffins and your cupcakes look simply gorgeous. Right, so now I'm going to show you how to easily make a tulip cupcake wrapper. Okay, so all you need to do is cut out a square sheet like this from your paper. You cut out a square sheet just like this, 5 inches on each side, or 12.5 cm. So I'm going to measure it out here and cut it out. So I'm going to mark it here. Okay, so that's 12.5 from here. I wasn't perfect in technical drawing and all those things in school. So, but the good thing about it is that this particular cupcake wrapper is very forgiving. Why do I say it's very forgiving? As you can see, it's not so absolute, in the sense that, since they are shaped like tulips, every side is not perfect. But then we have 12.5 there, and we're going to measure out 12.5 here to 12.5 inches, so we know where we're going to cut from. Okay, so that's 12.5, and then because we're using cm, if you were using inches, that would be 5 inches. Okay, so we're drawing a line here. Ensure your line is straight as you can possibly get it to this point, as a 12.5 centimeter line, and then we're going to join that line up here. So we're going to continue. We're going to join that line here, and then the last line at the bottom we're going to join with our pencil. Remember, we'll mark this all out. Yeah, and so right, so it's time to cut out. Now you see we have a 12.5 cm by 12.5 cm. Let me just write it here so you can see. 12.5 cm, 12.5 cm, and 12.5 cm. So all the sides are equal. This one too is 12.5 cm. 12.5 cm in inches is about 5 inches. Okay, so we can now cut it out along the lines which we drew. Just cut cut it straight across. Okay. Of course, if you have those really massive cupcake liner and cupcake pans, then you could go for 6 inches instead of 5 inches. 6 inches square instead of 5 inches square. Okay. So we have we have a so we have a 5 inches square or 12.5 inches square liner, just like these other ones. Okay. So it's very easy. Just put this across the top in a way that the cup itself is like in the center of the paper. So you can see my fingers. The cup is in the center of the paper. Then you take your glass or your cup that can fit right into this, and you press it in, right? And then you start to crease the sides. As you can see, they've already formed the shape of a tulip. So you just press the sides according to the lines it has already formed. It has already formed its own lines, and just press the cup down, just press it, twist it around a bit, press the paper on the cup to get the creases very well. Okay, and then you can remove your cup. Just remove your cup gently, and you have your tulip paper. Okay, so we're going to do a few more. I'll put this with them. We're going to do a few more of them, so you can see me do this again. So centralize the paper. Okay, put the cup in. Your shape is coming out. See what I'm doing? I'm creasing the paper along the lines it has already taken to form that shape of a tulip. You're going to have very beautiful muffins or cupcakes. Stay there. That's the second one made. So you can make so many at a go. At a point, I will do 200 of these. So many, really. And another tip I will give about this: when you are filling out your cups, I always find it easier to fill it out separately. So for instance, I would put the papers with one in between each other, so it doesn't disturb me. When that is done, I can easily fill in the remaining. Okay, so if you find your paper coming out, just use your cup again and push it in. Now, never mind that it sticks out in this way. Okay, by the time you're pouring your batter in, it's going to push down the paper, so it's not a problem. Depending on which recipe you're using, if you're making muffins, you should actually fill the cup to the top of the bowl, to this top, right? You fill it up there, and then it has room to rise, because the muffin should have a beautiful dome. Now, if you want to learn how to make a perfect muffin with a beautiful dome, please register for my module 2, where you learn about quick breads. Muffins are actually quick breads. Some people think they are cakes. Okay, so you can register for my module 2. The link to that registration is in the description box. Okay, so now we can just bring some more. So if you want, we can fill out more. So when you're filling your cups, please remember, just fill them separately. I leave a space in between each one of them, and then when it's full, then when you've filled all these, then you'll find it will be easier for you to put the ones in the middle. Okay, so I hope you've learned today. I'm just repeating it so you will see, you'll get a good grasp of it. It's really this easy, and your cupcakes come out looking like they are going into Buckingham Palace, or they were made in Buckingham Palace. Okay, and your customers will be, wow, your muffins looking exotic. Even when you use brown paper, just brown paper, it looks so exotic. Okay, or you use parchment paper like we are doing. So I hope you've learned today, and go and make yours. If you have any questions, you can make them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer you. Have a good day, and thank you for watching.